welcome to Redemption City Stories, our podcast here at Redemption City Church, where we love to sit down with church partners and discuss their stories, hear about their lives. A lot of this flows out of coffees and lunches and meetings that we have with so many people, and we're just fascinated at hearing other people's stories, and we want to share them with others and seeing and hearing how God's at work in their lives. And so this morning, we are privileged to have Jacob and Hannah Kim with us today. So welcome. Good morning. We're so glad that you're here. And most importantly, the greatest sidekick, Courtney Fox, our kids minister.
Hello.
So say hello, Courtney.
Hello.
So, but we're glad that y'all could join us. It's great to have you, and glad that Hannah, your mom's got the kids, so y'all get to enjoy a little kid-free time with us. So thank you for taking time to be with us. And so we love to just have a conversation. And so I'd love for y'all to introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about maybe where you grew up, how the two of you met, all that fun stuff, and we'll just get the conversation going.
I will let you go first.
Okay, probably because mine's less interesting. Okay, so I'm Hannah. I have grown up in Texas. My dad was a pastor for many years, so born and raised in the church, Sundays, Wednesdays, and all the days in between. Grew up predominantly Cleveland-Burleson area. Okay. And so went to college at Dallas Baptist University, and that's where I met Jacob. When I was a student, I worked as a student worker in the international office, assisting the director of the intensive English program. So the program that students who are learning English come through, and it's a very condensed, abbreviated course. And so one of the semesters that I worked there, Jacob was one of the students who came to learn English. So that's pretty much how we met through that.
Yeah, no, that's really fun. I love that.
Well, my name is Jinsei Kim. Everyone call me Jacob.
Oh, you should tell.
Yeah,
you should tell how you picked your American name.
So, when I was I'm from South Korea. It's been about 15 years in U.S., mostly in Texas. So when I was in Korea, I was, preparing to go to U.S., to learn the English and just have my life there. My girlfriends back then, not Hannah. Back then, the Twilight was big hit all around the world.
Stop.
Yes.
And
I already
then,
love this so much.
His friend told me that, hey, you look like Jacob from Twilight.
What a compliment. I mean, truly.
I had no idea what the show was. I look at the picture, just bunch of white-faced actors. I thought, okay, well, that's cool. So that's how I pick Jacob. So
This is off to a way better start than I expected. This is great.
This is amazing. Truly amazing.
So came here after serving 2 years of service in Korean Army. December 26th of 2011. So I went to DBU, had started the English program, met Hannah. Still remember the day that I saw her. I can draw the picture. But so that's how we met. I was studying chemical engineering back in Korea. When I came here, I wanted to continue to study, so I transferred to UTA. Got my degree in 2018. And then it's been about 8 years working as a civil engineer. Just went back to school last year. It's been about a year. I am a executive MBA student. So I've been learning all the business knowledges and other management skill. So that's where I'm at. And we have 3 kids, Aiden, Ethan, and Abby. They are 6, 4, and 15 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So
Life
a
is
bit about us.
Yeah.
Very busy. Yeah.
That's great. So tell us a little bit more about, so you saw Hannah in the office, I guess all this, starry-eyed. It sounds like a romantic. This is a rom-com just writing itself here at this point. So, how did y'all's relationship begin, or did you just ask her out, or was it later, or all of those things?
so
Yeah, we want to hear about it.
Yeah, so it was winter, right? Because the school started in January. So I was sitting in the classroom right next to the swimming pool. I don't remember the name. I was sitting, and this girl just show up holding this paper. I think it was a handout, and it was her. She was wearing kind of greenish dress with black leggings with ankle boots. I still remember
This is so sweet that you still remember this.
Yeah, so I just saw her and said, "Oh, well, that's cute," And then when I came here, I didn't want to be those Korean who only hang out with Korean, because my parents spent a lot of money for me to come here and wanted to study. So I made decision that I would not hang out with any Koreans. So I just decided to hang out with other international students. So Brazilian, Chile, Mexican, other American student. By the way, I couldn't speak any English. I couldn't speak any. But DBU is great school. A lot of students are very open, very good for international student. So I had good friend, learning English from them. One of them took me to Starbucks to study, to learn how to speak. It took me about 15 minutes to order a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Because I was nervous, oh, what if I say something wrong and, they just think I'm stupid, whatever. But one of good friend of mine, he's from Brazil, and he and I were same age. So we became real good friend, and he was having something with her friend. They were hanging out all the time. So naturally, all four of us start hanging out together. So that's how we kind of knew each other. And then we just, had coffee, had food. I invite her for Korean food and all of that. But just moment I start talking with her, I just had this feeling that I start living with her. I didn't even think about, I need to ask her for date. I just feel like she's the one. I need to start have life with her. I don't know about her story, but that was my thought. It was so strong. I just felt like that was she's the one. I just need to have a life with her. So
That's
He's
great.
such a romantic.
Yeah, that's so sweet. How was it
my
from your side?
perspective,
Yeah.
I do not remember the first time I met him. When he came, the group that he was a part of, there were so many. It was like the biggest influx of international students that program had ever seen. And so I was just like psychotic, running around, like doing all the things, registering and paperwork and all this stuff. And so everything was a blur, and I don't really remember anybody at all. But he mentioned his Brazilian friend that he hung out with. One of my coworkers in the international program, she and the Brazilian guy really hit it off really well, and they really liked each other, and they wanted to hang out a lot. And so we were just sort of each other's plus ones. And so the four of us just spent a lot of time together. But the first thing that I really recognized about Jacob was, and he already mentioned this, but just how committed he was to not hanging out with other South Korean students. Because that is definitely something I saw as a student worker. The groups that students came in, they always tended to stay within their own people groups, which is normal. I would do that if I was in a country. It's like, find the other Americans. But when you do that, your learning English is a lot slower because you're not practicing outside of the classroom. And so that was what I noticed about him, of just how dedicated he was to learning. And he truly did come knowing zero English. I mean, just knew absolutely nothing. And so when we first started hanging out, there wasn't a lot of deep conversations because it was just, I mean, you had a Korean, a Portuguese speaker, and then 2 English speakers. You know, it's like none of us knew each other's languages. So, you know, just lots of laughing, lots of really slow
Just
conversations,
looking at
lots
each
of
other,
repeating
stuff like
things.
that,
Staring in each other's eyes.
But anybody who's in college knows, like, I mean, it's just a fun time of life. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to have lots of deep conversations. There was just a lot of fun that we had. And so, so got to know each other that way, just hanging out, all the 4 of us. But since I was in the position of working in that program that he was in, you know, there was just a lot about his own work ethic that I could see and observe, how he interacted with other people, with professors, with the director of the program, and just so much respect, and just so much dedication, hard work. It was just very admirable. And so that was just, I think that was my first sort of impression of you, of an amazing student, you know, a very hard worker, a very committed friend, just all those things. And so then as we got to know each other and hung out more, obviously there's just more about you that I came to know and love. And, you know, I've always looked for somebody who was just a committed individual, committed to the Lord, committed to family, committed to friends. And you just ticked all those boxes, you know, and I just knew, okay, if this is the effort that he's putting into this one thing, this is the same effort he's going to approach life with, you know, and he's going to be somebody who works hard and seeks to do his best always. And so I think that was what really attracted me to you.
That's so sweet. I love
That's-
that.
That's great. So you didn't know English, so you just won her over with your smile and your charm, and it started there. And
He's a really good cook.
Okay. That is a huge
I love
thing.
cooking Korean food.
That was
Okay.
a big thing.
yeah, and so tell us a little bit, Jacob, about obviously major culture shock. You don't know any English at all. Your friends take you to Starbucks, probably the most difficult place to order a coffee. And tall, venti, grande, what are all this terminology that I still don't remember most of. What would you say were some of the biggest challenges and even some of the most exciting aspects of moving from Korea to the United States? I mean, because it's like a tidal wave for you. It's not just you're coming as a tourist to like learn some language and hang out and explore. Like you hit the ground running as a student for the education. What was some of that like?
So I can probably start with a little bit of background of me and my family. So my grandfather, I think he is like Billy Graham of Korea. So he was one of the first generation who accepted Christ in Korea.
Wow.
Early 1900. He passed away at age 104.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but he built over 100 of churches. He traveled all around the world. He shared gospel. And, you know, I have 6 uncles. My mom was the youngest. And all the uncles are pastor. I have a cousin who is missionary in Israel, Jordan, Africa. All the grandchildren start their ministry. So it is really influential family in Korean church community. I was not. I grew up as a Christian. I went to church every Sunday. Went to church every Saturday to clean church, because I was attending my uncle's church. So my whole life I just grew up as a Christian, but really I was proud myself. I thought I was the main character of this world, because anywhere I go, people just knows me. They just know me that, hey, he's the youngest grandchildren of the youngest daughter of this pastor.
Okay.
So wherever I go, people always say, "Hey, you're Jacob. You're I forgot my Korean name. Sorry, Jinsei." Sorry, Jinsei. So I was just really proud. And I've been telling my friend that Korea market is too small for me. And I mean, how stupid I was, I just telling them, hey, I'm too big for Korea. I need to go to US, and that's where I live. So that's what I've been telling them since, I don't know, age 10, ever since I remember. So I was that guy in Korea, and then I came to US, and I came here, and I was nobody. So my life changed from I'm the guy to nobody knows me. So that was the hardest thing. I was really excited because I finally came to US. That was my dream. All of my friends would see my Instagram, see my photos in US. Everyone will see me as successful young guy living in America, but internally I was not. I just felt like I was here and now I'm down here.
Okay.
So that was such a humbling moment, and that's how I really started my journey to know God and to be a true Christian. Because before that, I thought I was best. If you think you're the best, why do you need Jesus, right? So when I came here, when I really saw myself that I'm freaking nobody, I started really learn why I need God.
Yeah.
So that was, I don't know, kind of exciting, but also it was the low moment of me. And I was early 20s. I was stupid. I was not mature. I still am not. But it was just a lot. But just knowing Hannah, and her family is amazing. When I introduce Hannah's parents, I don't tell them it's my father-in-law, mom-in-law. I just told them they're my mom because that's how I think.
Yeah.
That's how they treat me. Imagine you have daughter start dating this guy who doesn't speak any English. You don't know who this guy is,
Right.
and they just open. They took me to their house because I didn't have house. I stayed with them. They were patient. So it was really hard time, but also because of good people that I met. That's why I am here now.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
So big dreams, big plans. Korea's not big enough for me. I'm going to go to the United States. And you feel like you go to the bottom and you're starting all over. But that's the point where God really spoke to your heart and transformed your life.
Yeah, I mean, it was not, top to bottom in day one. I had many days that I experienced some, discriminations, or I thought it was discriminations, or I thought it was racism, but actually it was me just in my brain thinking that was it. But actually now I'm thinking about it, it was not. It was just me, because I was still fighting myself with my pride. And if someone says something, I say, well, I'm Jacob. Why do you tell me that way? But now I'm really seeing, well, that person might not mean that way. It was just me, how I accepted it. Last 15 years has been a big journey. I don't think I will finish this journey until I go to heaven and see God, but just exciting.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. I love that. So 2 kids from pastors' families, basically.
Yeah.
What did that look like for you, Hannah, like growing up in a pastor's home? Like when did you come to know the Lord and all of that?
Yeah. So I used to think, oh, my story's so boring. Like, it's so anticlimactic, none of this, like, lightning bolt moments. But as an adult now, I see just the beauty and just the graciousness of the Lord and all that.
Yes.
So grew up in a pastor's family, small churches. And so church for me has always felt like home, like a second home. The church family has always been my family. And so have always just had the deepest love for the church and its people, because, that's what I was born and raised in. And so very thankful for that. My dad, he is the son of missionaries. So he was actually born in Africa and lived in Africa until he came back for college, and then, got married, became a pastor, started pastoring here in the Texas area. And so just the same heritage that Jacob has grown up with is a very similar heritage of my own, just of a family that loves the Lord and answers the call, whether that is international missions or that is leading local churches.
Yeah.
And so grew up with that. I would say I grew up just sort of as your average church kid. Like, I didn't really get into trouble. Like, I was a pretty good kid, quote unquote. And as a young kid, so 7, 8 years old, that's when I realized, okay, even though I am a good kid, like, there's still sin in my life, and I'm still not right with the Lord, and, I need a savior. And so that was my salvation experience. And so as I got older, I was like, I wish it was more cool. I was like, if only I'd been saved from something really dramatic, addiction or whatever, it would be a much more powerful testimony. But as an adult now with my kids, and I'm praying for their salvation, I see just the hand of the Lord. And if he can reveal to somebody who's quote unquote good and never has done anything really wrong, that they are woefully inadequate, and they are in need of a savior. If he can convince, like, the righteous person that they are unrighteous,
Right.
What a mercy,
Right.
what a mercy. And so as an adult now, I am so thankful for just that early experience, because I now, as seeing myself, like, I realize how quickly I could have fallen into just so many horrible things, awful things, addictions. I'm kind of a people pleaser. And so, like, wanting to make others happy and, all of those things, I can see how if I didn't have that foundation in the faith and in the word and the Lord, just how quickly my life could have gone in a different direction.
Yeah.
And so much credit just goes to the Lord, so much credit to my parents, who not only just were the preaching the good things on the Sundays, but every day of the week. I mean, they just modeled what a life of surrender looks like and what it means to grow in your faith and to practice the things that they were preaching. And so I'm so thankful for them, because they set a foundation of faith, and I'm just eternally grateful for that.
I love that. I love that too. Like, cause I think so often people are like, it's just not this big dramatic story here, but like, it's death to life. So that is dramatic,
It is.
right? Every time like that. So I love that you sharing that. Like, it's just important for people to see, like, your story, no matter how it came, matters. And like, how cool that the Lord showed you so early and, all of that. So I love that. I love
It's
that.
like, you look in the scripture, it's like, who were the hardest people to convince? The religious people.
Right. Yeah, no,
like,
exactly.
Like, I was the religious people.
Right.
And if the truth can break through to a religious heart, then there's nothing he can't do.
Yeah.
So all praise to him.
Yes. That's awesome. And I love the display from your parents, like even Jacob talking about that before, like how hospitable they were and all of that. Like, that is just the gospel bleeding through, right? So that's awesome. I love that so much. I love that.
Yeah, 2 incredible testimonies, generations of faith in your families. And I just love how God brought the 2 of you together. And I know that you have strengthened each other and encouraged each other. So y'all been married how long now?
15. No, 14.
14. 14.
13.
13.
Sorry.
It's a blur.
Been in love longer than that, but actually married.
Yes, 13 years.
13
13.
and 3 kids. So tell us a little bit about your kids and who they are, what they enjoy. I know they're young and
Yes,
fun
they're
and
young.
full of energy.
Yes. So our oldest, Aiden, he's 6, so he's almost 7, and he's going into 1st grade. We're a homeschooling family, so I'm homeschool mom, stay at home, all the things. Him and Ethan, so our middle child who's just turned 4, they are both just like boys to the core. Every definition of a boy, that's what they are. They are wild, they are energetic, they are rambunctious. Probably like you go to the park and somebody's being crazy, like, it's my kids. Like, we are that family, which has been a very refining experience, because I feel like I'm not that way. Like, I'm not loud and rowdy. And the Lord, I feel like he gave me those boys to humble me right out of the gate.
Yes.
I think if we had started with a really easy kid, I would have been like, I've got this parenting thing down. I'm a natural. That's not the case. But no, they're wonderful. They are so full of life and joy. They're very loving, just wonderful kids. They are very into dinosaurs and construction trucks and big vehicles and just sort of all the things. And then our baby is Abby. So she's 15 months and she is the princess of the family. Yes. She's just as rowdy as her brothers. Because
keep up.
It's survival of the fittest at this home. So
Yes.
she has to be strong. But she's very much, she is the baby and she is the princess. And especially with Daddy, she's got him wrapped around her chubby little
She's
fingers.
the queen.
Okay.
She's the princess.
Yes.
Hannah's the queen.
Yes.
It after having children, it really revealed me how weak I am. When before we had kids, you go to restaurant, right? Because now we don't go restaurant. Period. We just pick up food and eat at home, right? But when you go to a restaurant, you saw these kids, screaming and watching iPad, and I'm just judging them, right? These parents, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Your children is watching TV.
Now we understand they were in a fight for their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were in a fight for their. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. So now, if I go to have lunch with my coworkers, and if I see any mom or dad eating with children, I'm willing to pay, just because I know what they are going through now. Going out to restaurant with kids is not enjoying your time. You are struggling.
Yes.
It's for the kids, right? But really, it really humbles me. It's the process of learning humility. Every night I feel like I'm failure. Why did I yell at them? Why did I bring love? Why did I why I was so angry with them? And this is just me, being honest. I don't want to be those people who, I'm great parents. I'm not. I am not. So it really helped me to understand what the parent is, and it really, I kind of see myself, my relation with God. So I think a lot of parents understand this.
Yes.
Because you see your children and you see God, and you can really see what I'm doing, what they are doing to me is what I'm doing to God. About Abby, I always wanted to have girl. Let me start with that. We had 2 boys, and I told Hannah, I will try until we have girl. I don't care if we have 10 boys, 15 boys.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah, until we have girl. Until we have girl.
I said you better pray the next one's a girl.
I am trying.
Because I'm not committing to 10.
Your prayer life went up greatly in that season of life, right?
Please.
Yeah. And then when we expected the 3rd one, I mean, we are over 30, so it's not, we are getting older, and I would just wish this baby to be girl. And I told Hannah, hey, I'm trying, and she said, no, we are done. And I told her, well, if this is boy, I may go adoption route. Just
Yeah, sure.
make sure that I have girl, you know.
Yeah.
But thankfully, God answered my prayer. But yeah, she's special. I tell people she will be spoiled, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If she is spoiled, that's fine.
It's a good thing I'm the stay-at-home parent. Kind of curb some of that spoiling a little bit.
Someone has to tell her no once in a while.
That's
Not
right.
all the time, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I would guess, if not already, she's preparing to basically take over the house and be the one in charge. You know,
Oh yeah.
and all of that, and Dad's fine with that. That'll
Yeah.
help with that. So
I'll be happy.
yes,
if she does.
yes. But parenting is a beautiful and challenging journey, and I can say we're raising 3 boys from now 17 down to 6, and I'm learning way more about myself than I really wanted to in some ways, but it's so beautiful. In fact, I may be stealing Courtney's thunder because we were talking about this. I think it's Aiden. Is Aiden the one who you were telling the story about how he loves to practice preaching
They
at
both
home?
do.
They both
do.
So please tell us that story because our people would love to hear that. It blesses me every Sunday when they come up to me and Jacob, I can't remember if it was you telling me at lunch of how that works. And so tell us about that.
Well, so they're big into whatever they see or hear, they're always repeating, you know? So if we like watching the Outdoor Boys on YouTube. I don't know if y'all have seen that, but so they love reenacting like the camping and the survival, you know, things there. So same thing with church, you know, whatever they see in church or the songs that they're singing in their classes, like they're coming home and they're putting on a show. And so one Sunday we did come home and they said, we're gonna do church, you know, and I think it was Ethan who said, "I'm gonna be the bald teacher." we're like, oh, you need
Pastor
Pastor
Matt.
Matt.
Love you, Pastor Matt. No offense.
So they'll set up. Sorry,
The board guy.
the bald guy, the bald
This is a great moment. I'm just going to soak it in. What a great moment.
amazing. Okay, so. I think it's a term of endearment, surely.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So they'll set up their cushions or their whatever. They'll have their Bible out, and sometimes the lesson's biblical. Sometimes it's more of a explanation of dinosaurs or prehistoric creatures.
Normally
you know,
switch from Bible to dinosaurs.
it usually starts with the Bible,
Yeah.
but then it can just go in all directions.
Sure.
You know, but
Creation, if you
they
will.
love doing that. They love singing the songs they've learned in church, and you know, they'll ask, "Can you put on this church song or which one says this?" And they're performers in every sense of the word. They love being the center of attention. They love performing, and they love making a big deal. So, putting on church is an enjoyable pastime.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I think the first time one of y'all mentioned that to me, or maybe it was Matt, y'all told Matt, and he's like, puts the Bible out and puts the notebook out, has the cup of water,
Yes.
which kind of fits the protocol, and then it kind of goes through the whole routine. So,
Can buy him a bald cap if he needs it. Just, sorry,
Yeah.
Matt, just one more dig. Okay.
imitation is a great form of flattery.
Yeah.
It is. And
I
so-
mean, I feel like I grew up doing the same things.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's just fun seeing them do that.
Yeah,
now.
that's so fun. I love that.
That is so wonderful. We're so blessed to have you and your family at Redemption City. Courtney, any other burning questions or thoughts or insights? Y'all have anything else that you would love to share?
So I forgot to mention, today is June 25th. That's when Korean War started it, about 56 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who came to Korea. The U.S. military came, and they fight for the freedom of South Korea. So
Wow.
I just wanted to say that, but I forgot. So
Yeah.
thank you,
It's a special
everyone
day,
who served
Yes.
in the U.S.
And we're grateful.
That's awesome.
Grateful that God called you and allowed you and gave you the opportunity to come to the United States, and of all places to come right here in Texas in the DFW area. And so we're grateful for both of you, excited to watch Aiden and Ethan and Abby grow up in the Lord. And so thank you so much for taking time to join us today. I know this story is going to encourage and bless a lot of people and all of that, but we're so glad to have you. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Redemption City Stories, and tune in next time.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yay.